Every Monday, someone opens an Excel file, filters last week's orders, calculates the total, copies everything into Outlook and sends the same report again. Power Automate can handle all of this, but two things often go wrong. Excel dates appear as serial numbers and the default HTML table looks terrible. In this video, we will build a weekly sales report that automatically collects orders from the previous Monday through Sunday, calculates the total orders and sales, and sends one clean email every Monday. Everything uses Excel on OneDrive, Outlook, and standard Power Automate actions. No SharePoint, no premium connectors. You can find the HTML code and all expressions in the downloadable file below. Let's get started. Here is the Excel file I'll use. It contains the order ID, order date, customer, product, quality, order total, payment status. The data must be formatted as an Excel table. To format it into a table, select all the columns and select the Format as Table option and select any style here. I already converted this into a table and you can see the name of the table here, Orders. Now let's create the flow. In the Power Automate dashboard, I'll select Create and then Schedule Cloud Flow. I'll name it Weekly Sales Report. The flow will run once every week. Here I'll select Week and I'll select Monday. Now this flow will run every Monday at 10 AM. I'll click Create. This is the recurrence trigger. If I select this, here I can update the time zone and I can update the time as well. Currently it is 10 AM, so I can make it 9 AM, and here for the minutes I can make it 30, and here you see runs at 9:30 on Monday every week. So you can update the time and day of the week here. The first action we need is list rows present in a table. I'll search for list rows present, and here I see list rows present in a table from Excel Online Business. I'll select this action. I need to select the location. I'll select OneDrive for Business. For the document library, I'll select OneDrive. Now I need to locate the file. This file, orders log. So here I'll click this folder, open folder, and I'll select the orders log file. We have a table in the file. I'll select the table here, orders, and from advanced parameters, I'll select date time format. For the date time format, I'll select ISO 8601. This is important because Excel dates can sometimes appear in Power Automate as numbers. The ISO 8601 option returns them as proper dates that we can filter. I'll add the next action. I'll search for compose. I'll select the compose action. I'll rename this action to start date. In the input field, I'll open the expression tab. I'll select this expression option and here I'll paste an expression. You do not need to type the expression manually. You will get the expression in this file. I'll share this file with all the viewers. You can download this HTML file and open it on a browser and you'll find all the expressions and everything in this file. So this is the same expression here, start date. I already copied it and here it is. This takes the current date and subtracts 7 days. Because the flow runs on Monday, the result is the previous Monday. I'll click add. Next, I'll add another compose action. I'll rename it to end date. For the input, first I'll copy the end date expression here and I'll select the expression tab and paste the expression. This subtracts 1 day from the current date, giving us the previous Sunday. Because the flow runs on Monday, we need to calculate from previous Monday to last Sunday. Now I'll add a filter array action. I'll search for filter array. I'll select this filter array action. I'll rename the action to filter after last Monday. In the from field, I'll select this option, enter the data from previous step, and I'll select the body value output from the list rows present in a table action. For the condition here at the left side, I'll select this option and here I'll search for order date. You see order date. We have the order date column here. You see order date. The operator will be greater than or equal to. And on the right side, I'll select this option, enter the data from previous step, and I'll select the output of the start date compose action. This keeps orders from the previous Monday onward. The filtered array action gives us one condition, so I'll need another filtered array action. I'll search for filtered array, I'll select the filtered array action, I'll rename this action to filter before this Monday. For the input of this filtered array action, I need to select the output of the first filtered array action. For the filter query, on the left side we need to select the order date, but this time we cannot select the order date from the Excel action because we are using the output of this first filtered array action, so we need to use an expression here. I'll select the expression tab and I'll paste this expression. You will get all this expression in this file. Now I'll click the add button. For the operator, I'll select is less or equal to, and for the right side I need to select the output of this end date compose action. End date output. The two filtered array actions now work together. The first removes everything before the previous Monday, and the second keeps order up to and including the previous Sunday. The final result contains only orders from the previous Monday to Sunday. Next, I need to initialize two variables. I'll search for variable, I'll select initialize variable. I'll rename this variable to total orders. For the variable type, I'll select integer, and for the value, I'll select 0. I'll need another variable here. I'll search for initialize variable. I'll rename this variable to weekly sales. For the type, I'll select float, and for the value, I'll add 0. Now I'll add an apply to each action. I'll search for apply to each. I'll select the action and I'll rename this loop to calculate weekly totals. For the input, I'll select the body from the last filter array action, that is filter before this Monday. Inside the loop, I'll add an increment variable. Here I'll search for increment variable. I'll rename this action to count orders. In the name, I'll select the total orders variable. We initialize this variable and set it to 0 here. Now we are counting the total orders for the week. And for the value, I'll add 1. Every time the loop processes an order, this variable counts in. Next, I'll add another increment variable action. I'll search for increment variable. I'll rename this action to add order total. This time, I'll select the weekly sales variable here. For the value, I need to paste an expression. You will get the expression in the downloadable file. I'll select the expression tab and paste it. And I'll click the add button. The expression gets the order total from the current row. The float action makes sure Power Automate treats the Excel value as a number before adding it to the weekly total. If no orders match the dates, the loop will simply be skipped. Both variables will remain at 0 and the same report will still be sent. Below the apply to each action, I'll add a select action. I'll search for select. I'll select this select action from this data operation. I'll rename this action to prepare report table. In the from field, I'll select this option, enter the data from previous step, and I'll select the output of the last filter action, that is filter before this Monday. I'll select the body. Now I'll create the columns that should appear in the email. First, I'll type order ID. For the value, I'll use an expression. Here, I'll paste this expression. Then I'll add customer. For the value of the customer, I'll use the expression option and I'll paste the expression here. You will get all this expression in this downloadable HTML file. Then I'll add the next column, that is product. For the value of the product, I'll use this expression. This will bring the product names from the Excel file. Then I'll add the next column, that is quantity, and same for the value. I'll use this expression quantity, and then I'll add a total column, and for the total column I'll use an expression this, and I'll click the add button. I'll add the last column, that is payment, and for the payment I'll add this expression and I'll click add. I am using expressions here instead of selecting the individual Excel field from the dynamic content. You will get all these expressions in the HTML file. You can customize the table columns as well. Now we need to create the HTML table. Here, I'll add the next action. I'll search for create HTML table. From data operation, I'll select this action create HTML table. For the from input, I'll select the output of this action prepare report table. I'll select this option and I'll select the output prepare report table. Now I'll select the advanced parameters and I'll select columns and I'll keep the columns automatic. Now I will add the final action of this Power Automate flow. I'll search for send an email. I'll select this action send an email v2. I'll add the recipient. I'll add my other email here. In the downloadable HTML file, I have an email template. I'll copy the subject. This is the subject. Now I'll go here. I'll enter the subject and I'll replace these two placeholders, start date and end date. I'll select start date and then I'll select this option, enter the data from previous step, and I'll select the output of this start date compose action. Same for the end date. Here I'll select the end date. Now we need to design the HTML table. So here in this downloadable file, I have the HTML code. We'll use this HTML for the email body. I'll copy the code and then I'll select this option here and I'll paste the code. I'll replace this. I need to delete this and I'll paste it here. In this HTML code, I have some placeholders. Like here you see start date, end date. I need to replace all this. So first I'll replace the start date. Here I'll select the front slash and I'll select insert dynamic content and I'll select the start date. Same for the end date, insert dynamic content and select the end date output. Then I'll replace this total orders placeholder. Here I'll select this dynamic content option and I'll select the total orders variable. Then we have weekly sales. I'll remove this weekly sales placeholder. I'll select insert dynamic content option and I'll select weekly sales. Finally, we need to add the report table. I'll replace this report table placeholder and then I'll select insert dynamic content and I'll select the output of this create HTML table action. The email only needs the variable, the date values and the completed HTML table output. Now I'll save the flow. The flow is saved. Let's try it. I'll click this test button. I'll select the manually option. I'll click the test button again. I'll run the flow and I'll click done. The flow ran successfully. Let's check the inbox of the recipient. This is how the email looks. The report includes the correct reporting period, total orders, total sales, and the complete order table. The flow sends only one email even when the Excel file contains many rows. If no orders are found, the same email still arrives with 0 orders, 0 sales, and an empty report table. The weekly sales report is completely automated. Every Monday, Power Automate reads the existing Excel file, finds the previous week's orders, calculates the totals, and sends one formatted email automatically. You can download the HTML email code and all the expression using the link below. For more complete resources, you can also join the channel membership. Members can access files such as sample Excel workbook, complete flow packages, JSON bodies, schemas, and expressions list from other tutorials. You may also want to watch my videos on generating Word documents from Excel and forms or creating PDF documents automatically with Power Automate. I'll add the links of these videos in the description. Subscribe to Technologiate for more practical Microsoft 365 tutorials. Thank you for watching.